Thanks, Daniela. It is time for the headliner brought to you by Miller Lite, and let's bring in Tigers outfielder Riley Greene. Riley, thanks for joining us on the headliner. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Let's go back to the catch. Everybody's talking about it. We thought when Derek Hill made that grab, although, again, I might have questioned that. I thought it might have hit a blade of grass or two when it popped out of his mitt. But aside from that, let's go back to your catch against C.J. Cron. Take us through it. I mean, because did you have a beat on that ball right away? Did you know that you were going to grab it?
So, so to start off, that was a great swing by CJ. I mean, I have no clue how he got to the ball, but he did, and once he hit it really, really high, and I knew, I knew that it was going to be close to going over or not. So I mean, I ran over there anyways, and I saw it that it was like it was just going to leave the park. So I gave it my best try. I timed it. My timing was perfectly on it, and I jumped up and threw my glove at it, and I got it. So I mean, it was an awesome feeling catching that ball.
Well, he golfed it. I mean, really, you're right. He kind of swung
Oh yeah.
low, and it was a high pitch. But I'm kind of curious. I mean, you haven't played very much at Comerica Park. Did you go around the outfielder? Did you have a good feel of where you were, where the fence was, timing the jump? Because as you said, it was perfect. It was a heck of a catch.
Well, if you look at the video, you can see me peek like twice before I got to the fence. Like it was like a quick peek and another quick peek, and then I jumped up and threw my glove at it. So I mean, I was peeking at the fence, looking at the ball, peeking back, looking at the ball. So man, yeah, I mean my timing was good too on it. So
But I thought it was what made it great is that you're not really used to playing at Comerica Park, though, right? I mean, you're not really familiar with it yet. I mean, you soon will be, but I mean, in order to make that catch, to have the presence of mind and look and all that, I think it made it really kind of an astounding catch because you're pretty inexperienced in that ballpark.
oh yeah, I mean I did my best when we'd hit BP. I'd take live reads. I take live reads in left, center, right, wherever I could go.
Well, okay, right. I'm obsessed with the catch, but we'll move on from that. When the Tigers were drafting in 2019, I started to read up on the potential prospects. I knew they had the fifth overall pick, and I've said this many times before, and I'm just not saying it because you're on the air. I'm reading about it, and it says projected at 5 is Riley Greene. This kid from Florida, from Orlando, high schooler.
Mhm.
Has all the tools. So I'm thinking they're reading it going, yeah, I hope they get Riley Greene. I can't believe this guy isn't going to go first overall. Can you take us through that process?
Yeah, so when I was a junior, all the top prospect guys in high school, they go around like a summer circuit. So there's like the perfect game All American game, the Under Armour All American game. So I went to most of those. I was home maybe 2 weeks all summer, and yeah, I mean it was just a grind that summer too. The scouts were there, playing my hardest there, and then senior year came around, and they started coming to the high school games and things like that. So yeah, I mean that's kind of how it went. So I was constantly getting scouted wherever I was.
How surprised were you when they had the fifth selection and your name is called?
It was cool. It was really cool. I wasn't sure where I was going in the draft. Somewhere around that area, but I didn't know where. It just depending on how the draft went. Once the fifth pick came around, I got a call and I was like, "Yo, you're going to the Tigers." I was like, awesome. So yeah, I got to celebrate it with my family and friends, and that was a great night.
Well, with that said, and the reason I'm asking you that question is that, and really thank you for bearing with me because I really want to know what the process about what a young prospect like you goes through. You get drafted by the Tigers, but you have an opportunity to play for the University of Florida. You can be a Florida Gator, much like Alex Faedo. How difficult of a process is that for you to decide? Okay, I'm going to forego college and go pro right away.
Well, well, to start, the Florida Gators have a great program. Heard a bunch of great things about them, and they are a very good team with very good players and a very good. So I just want to give a shout out to them and thank you for recruiting me over there. And then yeah, I mean, pro ball was something I wanted to do since I was 5, 6 years old. And I mean, I worked hard at it. My parents pushed me through school, and so I mean, yeah, I mean, it wasn't a really hard decision to make. I mean that was my dream, and I wanted to carry on with my dream. So
So you signed with Detroit, but you've ascended pretty quickly. Were you pleased with how you ascended through the minor league ranks with the Tigers last year, your first year of pro ball?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I wasn't really thinking about it. I was just going out and playing it as hard as I could, and those things will take care of themselves. I struggled a little bit when I got to low A, but I mean, it's gonna happen. So yeah, but I'm pleased with how last year went.
Now, looking at training camp this year, we had Ron Gardenhire on a couple of weeks ago here on the headliner here on the Word on Woodward, and he was saying that he probably used you too much in spring training, but you were just so good and you were their best player. And then obviously, you've carried over here in spring training too, or summer training, whatever the Tigers are calling it. I mean, in your own mind, I know you want to be a major leaguer. I know you want to be a Tiger. Do you think you're doing everything in your power to impress upon them that you might be ready for the major leagues pretty darn soon?
Oh, I mean, I can't really do much. All I can do is I can go out and play as hard as I can, and those things will take care of themselves. I can't really decide on whether I'm going to move up or not, but I can decide if I want to play hard, and I haven't played hard, and I just been going out having fun every day and just trying to do my best. So
When you look at it, you led the Tigers in hitting in spring training one. Yeah, I don't know if you're going to make this club right now. You might be in Toledo, but when you look at it based on your first experience of what you had your first year pro, where you were sending up the Tiger ranks, what do you think you really need to work on to be wearing that Old English D very, very soon?
just work on my outfield skills. Just trying to get faster in the outfield, trying to get better with the glove and things like that. And I mean, just trying to be more consistent as much as I can. And yeah, just trying to cut down on the strikeouts and just put the ball in play whenever I can.
I've always like to ask really, when did you realize that you had an opportunity to be a baseball player? I mean, everybody plays baseball. Every kid picks up a glove at one point. Everybody's part of a little league team for a while. And, that filtering out process, when did you know that this was a realistic goal for you to be a professional baseball player?
Um, Probably around freshman year of high school, I'd say, just because I had a really good coach, and he's actually the one who moved me from the infield to the outfield. So I mean, he knew what he was doing. So yeah, he told me that I was pretty good, and I was going to be really good, and he's kind of one of the people who helped me through the process and things like that. So yeah, he was a great coach, and he helped me that one year when I was a freshman. I was on varsity, and he helped me through that. So yeah, probably freshman year was a year that I knew that I wanted to play pro ball.
When you play pro ball and you look at it, the Tigers now have a lot of good young prospects. Their minor league system went from almost being dead last in baseball into the top 5 or 6 in all the rankings. What's it like to be surrounded with so much talent? Have you been able to bond with these guys? And is it kind of cool to know that some of these guys that you're playing with right now, you're eventually going to be in Detroit and be Tigers and hopefully very soon win a world championship?
Oh yeah, I mean all the guys in this organization in the minor leagues and big leagues, they're all talented. I mean, they're all really really good people. So so yeah, I mean, I'm excited for what the future holds with the Tigers. They're ready to go. So I mean, I'm excited to see what happens.
When you look at it that way, you got a guy like Torkelson comes in. You've got Casey Mize. You're a high draft pick. You're a top five. What has that dynamic been like? Do you talk to those guys, or are you more seeking out a guy like Cameron Maben or some of the veterans on this team to get a feel for what it means to be a professional baseball player?
Well, I'll talk to both. I mean, just to see the things that the big leaguers do and the minor leaguers do, and I mean, we're all in it together. We all want to win. We all want to do good for this club. So I mean, I mean, yeah, just communication between all the players is key.
Where have you been pleased with what, not only with spring training? I know I've kind of almost asked you this question already, but where you've picked up. I mean, what did you do during your time off? Were you still just down in Florida hanging out playing ball? And then when you came up here, because it looks like you haven't missed a beat.
So yeah, I'm very serious about the time we have off of baseball. So I mean, I was getting in the gym, I was hitting, I was just trying to do everything I could to make sure that I was ready.
Do you play baseball 24/7? What else do you do in Florida? I mean, you're right. It's the weather's always beautiful. It's always really nice. A little bit hot and humid at times, I guess. But aside from that, do you like to unwind anyway, or are you just completely focused on baseball?
I'm My favorite hobby is fishing. Actually, I love to fish. And we there's some good fishing in Florida. There's the West Coast, like Tampa area, and yeah, just a bunch of places to fish. So yeah, I do that. I mean, I'll hang out with my friends. So yeah, I mean, I'm not just do baseball. I like to go out and do other things, but I mean, when it comes to it, when it's time for baseball to come back around, I mean, I'm gonna get serious about that.
What's the largest fish you've ever caught? Like a swordfish, a marlin. I mean, what you're out there with with those big, fishing reels and stuff where you almost need like 8 guys to pull in a big shark or something.
Actually, the biggest fish I've caught, it was from land. It was like a 50-pound black drum. So I mean, yeah, we don't really go out far. We're kind of more like an inshore kind of group. We don't really like going out. So yeah, I mean, the biggest one that I've caught, it's a 50-pound black drum.
All right. Well, okay, Riley. Let's look at it. The Tigers now are going to start playing some preseason games against Cincinnati, and then the season starts. What do you hope to accomplish in these last week and a half so of camp?
Uh, I mean, just making the bet a little better. I mean, I started off a little slow, which is which is okay, but I mean, it happens. But yeah, I'm gonna swing the bat a little better and just try to work on outfield while I'm here. So
We've all noticed that, especially when the inter squad game started, that the compete level seems pretty high. No one knew what to expect. I mean, you're going against your teammates. You're all kind of buddies, even though you're all trying to make the team. I mean, have you been surprised at the compete level? Because these have been pretty competitive games, and everybody's really going after one another.
no, I mean, we're all friends here, but it comes time to it. I mean, we're gonna try to beat each other, and I mean that's how baseball players should be. They should want to compete all the time, and that's exactly what the Tigers have. Everyone on the staff here wants to compete at the highest level. So, I mean, yeah, they're gonna go at it as hard as they can.
All right, I'm going to ask you this question because what would it mean to you on July 24th at roughly like 6 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time if you're in the Tigers lineup against the Cincinnati Reds?
I mean, that'd be awesome. I mean, I'd be very grateful for it to happen, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it is gonna happen, but I mean, that'd be awesome. That'd be one of the best days of my life. So,
It would be awesome for me too, Riley. I mean, since the moment the
mhm.
Tigers have drafted you, no, I'm serious. I mean, you're a very special young man. You can see the talent. I like that you're humble. I've been trying to get you to tell us how great you are, and you're just not going to bite on that. So I do definitely appreciate that. But I wish you nothing but success. Really, it's going to be great. I look forward to seeing you in a Tigers uniform very soon and for a long, long time. Thanks for joining us today on the Headliner.
Well, thank you. Thank
All right, there you have it, Daniela. That is Riley Greene of the Tigers on the Headliner, presented by Miller Lite, the original light beer, only 96 calories. It tastes delicious, and it's also available for delivery. Back to you, Daniela.